Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about the one thing that changed everything about my business. Now, I know you guys have probably heard me say this on repeat over and over and over and over again. I don't have a shiny make money online story, right? Like a lot of people that are like, oh, I made $1 million in my first 6 months. I grew my following to, 700,000 people and I bought this house and bought a Gucci bag and all this stuff. Like, that's not my story. I struggled for 3 years. I showed up every fucking day for 3 years and I made $65. I actually made my first sale while I was dressed up as a bumblebee with my daughter and we were playing dress up and all this type of stuff. And my journey was rough. And luckily, I didn't give up because I'm either crazy or strong willed or whatever you want to call it, or just kind of dumb. Probably all of it at the same time. But realistically, I struggled for 3 years showing up in my business every single day. And today I want to talk about the one thing that changed everything for me. And it's community. It's a group of my own. And you guys hear me talk about this over and over and over again. It is community. Building my own community, starting my own community, and making that the centerpiece of my entire business changed everything for me, which is probably why I constantly sound like I'm beating off a dead horse and always talking about groups, communities, talking about clients, setting up their communities, because it changed everything for me. So I got a little bit of a resource doc for you guys, and I want to kind of just run through it and really just talk about like why community has been the key for me. And full transparency, I don't care where you build your group. Like, could be WAP, could be school, circle, Facebook, go high level. I do not care. But I do think that anybody that wants prolonged success or easier success online, they should make the first step that anybody in their audience takes with them, be a group of their own. Now, again, I could be a little bit biased, but, as I've mentioned, lots of times, nothing really worked for me in my business. Until I started going all in with my group, right? Like, and that's fully transparent. Like, I bought all the done for you plug and play affiliate products. I did the Amazon, or I bought courses around doing Amazon FBA. I thought, I was gonna be rich overnight running a social media marketing agency, selling Facebook ads as a service. I wrote 296,000 words on a blog, which, to give you guys context, it's about 5 Harry Potter's books worth of content, and I was not making any money. I was buying course after course after course. I was hiring new mentors. I was product jumping. I was opportunity hopping. And I was literally looking for the quickest and the easiest way to make as much cash as I possibly could. So that way I could sit on the beach and drink, whatever they're called, Long Island iced teas. And the most ironic part of that whole like expectation or thought is I don't even fucking drink. Right? I haven't had a drink in 7 years. So, if that's not saying anything, like, it's just this blanket of I thought I was going to just make all this money, which also kept me stuck, right? I'm not saying that, my process is better than anybody else's process, or, you can only have success if you go all in with groups. Like, let's be real. You can have success with all sorts of different programs, offers, business models. But the thing is, my expectations were fucked for a very long time, which is why I always try to be as transparent as possible. Like, this is a real business. You're going to be required to put in a lot of fucking work, a lot of effort. It's not going to be as easy as everybody else is telling you. And this is what worked for me, right? Whether you want to put it into action and make it work for you, that's completely up to you. But I can only share my own journey, my own story. Community has been the key for me. And that's what changed my entire life, my business. It's also what our clients have used to make millions of dollars online, which is still fucking weird to say, right? I used to work a minimum wage job. And here we are years later having a pool of students who've made a lot of money, which is awkward and weird to say. So now I'll never forget, I ended up, kind of doing a last hurrah in my business. It was like, I remember telling myself, right? I was just coming out of a job and I was making like $1,900 a month, and I had an opportunity to work with my mentor, and the program was $1,000 a month, and I was nervous, right? And I remember telling myself, like, hey, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna potentially call it a day. I'm gonna maybe wash my hands of online business, because this might not be, I might not be the best fit for this. So I remember super nervous, like locking in a $15,000 investment for this coaching program. And I was going to go all in. Like I was going to not deviate. I was not going to jump around. And I'll never forget, I got on the call with my mentor at the time, and he's like, bring me your daily action plan, show me what you're doing. And I was doing the most, right? I was doing all this stuff, funnels, email lists, tech, complexity, trying to run ads, trying to do cold outbound, trying to do short form video, trying to do group post, profile post. I was like, YouTube videos, blog posts, you name it. I was doing more than like 99% of people, even to this day in this space. Like I was consistently showing up in more areas of my business than most people, but I wasn't making anything. I wasn't getting anywhere. I was just chasing my own tail. And I remember they looked at me and were like, hey, well, you're doing more than me, but we need to seriously like start reducing the number of things you're doing in your business because this is a big waste of time. So they asked me, what is your goal? What do you want to grow? What do you want to do in your business? And I told them, hey, I want to grow my group. So that's the year I went all in. Like I was gonna sell one offer and I was gonna sell an affiliate product at the same time, right? I didn't have my own offer at the time. I didn't have my own program at the time. I was going to just create content on Facebook. I was just gonna grow my Facebook group, and I was just going to sell this one product. And that was the year that I did my first six figures after 3 years of struggling and spinning my wheels, making $65. And long story short, this is the exact same process that I use in my business almost 4 years later to this day. I use antiviral short form video content. I use free community in the middle, and I sell products via one-on-one conversations and DMs. And that's the only 3 pillars to my business right now. Now, I could sit here and digitally measure my manhood for you guys, but I'm Asian, so there's not really much to show on that front. But, we've had clients out the ass that have had success with this process consistently for years, right? Like, we've had clients take their groups from, 0 to 900 members in 5 days. We've had people take their group from creation to 5,000 members in 8 weeks. We've had clients take one single piece of content and grow their communities by 1,000 plus members. We've had people with groups of less than 100, 3, 4, 500 people, turn into multi six figures. We've had celebrated 10K plus days with tiny groups. We've built 30K per year recurring income streams with 100 people. And we've taken communities of 38 people and turned it into a 114K per year annual recurring income stream, right? Like everything we do in our business, in our clients' business that we work with, all revolves around groups, free groups, paid groups, continuity, subscription groups, you name it. Like we've been using all sorts of different communities for years. But on to why you're actually probably watching this video, if you're still watching it, because I've been rambling for 7 minutes. I want to talk about some of the biggest benefits when you decide to go all in with your own free group. Now, this is especially prevalent in, saturated markets, like people where they're, like the done for you digital product space or the master resale space where you're buying this product and you're reselling this product. Let's be real. There is going to be saturation. There is going to be competition because a lot of people promote their product in the exact same way. Like it's all over the feeds right now. Everybody's promoting the exact same product with the same picture over their head. And it's like, make all this money. And like, how are you creating a distinction? So a very powerful angle that you guys can leverage if you want to make more sales, which I hope you do because you run a business, right? You don't have an expensive hobby, is you just start selling your group on the front. And when I say sell, it doesn't mean you have to pay to get people into your group. It could be a free group and you just sell the exact same offer that you're selling or planning on selling, but you just put it inside of your group. It creates a different nuance from your marketing, from your content. This is something that I really started doing in 2021 that changed the game for me. Like this was right when TikTok came out and it was very popular. Everybody was promoting, the low ticket value ladder products, and I couldn't sell them. Like I would try to copy all these trends and model all these videos, and like nothing was working for me because what usually happens, it gets dominated by the big creators. So I just started selling my group. It was like, hey, I have this free community where I do all this really cool stuff with people and I help them do X, Y, Z. And the cool part about that is I just started selling more of the product that I already wanted to sell anyways. Just by changing the angle. Instead of me saying my short form video content was pushing this product, it was like, hey, I have this community that I'm building and I want to showcase and document and like share all of the things that I'm doing in my business, people started joining and they actually just started buying. And number two, so this isn't even something that really is on a lot of people's radars when they're first starting. And I know it sure wasn't for me, but it is something that I like to bring up because it is a very real thing. And I've watched it destroy so many people's online business uh, a lot of the times, right? I can't even count the number of times I've watched this happen to people. And I get it. In the beginning, you're potentially just like wanting to make some money, right? I want to make $10,000. I want to start replacing my job's income, all this type of stuff. Which is fine. But something to think about is like this is also a big problem in like the digital product space, the affiliate product space. Is it's all very grow my group, right? Grow the creators community, right? So I can run a affiliate program. Hey, come help me grow my group, and everything will be great. But what happens if I decide to change my business in 12 months? Take all those people that you helped grow my community, and then you're starting over at ground zero. You don't have a group, you don't have an ecosystem, you don't have anything of your own. It's just, hey, you helped me grow my group, and I've watched this happen. Like I watched this happen, probably within the last 6 months. There was this creator. They have a group of 40,000 people, and they're like, hey, I'm closing this group down. So like, for all the people that helped me grow this for the last few years, like, you guys are burnt. So realistically, you have to start thinking about creating your own security, your own community, your own culture, your own movement, because you don't want to end up putting the security of your business, your long-term security in your business in the hands of somebody else, right? Hey, I don't like this anymore. I don't want to run this business anymore. I'm out. And then like, you guys are left at zero, right? So it's something that a lot of early folks don't think about, but it is a very important one because you have to be a little bit selfish. You have to think about your own business, your own security of your business. And, an affiliate product creator, or a digital product seller, or a digital product reseller, they're going to make the best decisions based on their business, which is fine, but you need to do the same thing. Okay. You need to actually start putting yourself forward. You need to be selfish. You need to make moves and make decisions in your business that creates security for you, not somebody else, not the product, the owner of the product you're selling or whatever. Because at the end of the day, it's your life, it's your business, it's your brand that is going to make or break how long you guys actually have success. And this is coming from somebody who's been doing $10,000 plus per month for years online. Okay, for many years actually. So it's just something to think about. If you guys want long-term success, then you gotta start putting that in the forefront of your brand. Number three, it creates leverage and momentum. Let's be real. A lot of you guys are trying to build your business in your part-time. Now, one of the most popular things right now, especially in the season that we're in business right now, is like, people are going live for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day. And then, if they don't go live, they don't make sales, which is a very stressful way to run your business, especially like the longer and longer you play this game. It's not very sustainable. A very easy tweak that a lot of people could make is they could look at, 3 or 4 of their best live videos that have sold the most products, and they put those in a community of their own. So then all of their content becomes, hey, go watch these 3 videos inside of my group, go watch these 3 trainings inside of my group, go consume these 3 things inside of my group, and then you make more sales off the back end of it versus having to go live every single day to make sales, right? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with live, but I've seen a lot of people burn out with it. And leverage is going to be a very real thing the more and more your business grows. And again, in the beginning, I know it's not really a problem because you're like, I need to do whatever I can to make sales, but it will become a problem the bigger and bigger you grow. And communities do a very good job at creating a very streamlined process that, is yours. It becomes like, as our business right now, people can come into our group, they can go through an entire course that helps them set up, start, grow, and start monetizing their business completely for free. So by the time they end up chatting with us, they're already sold on the idea. They're already kind of sold on what we help people with. So there is very minimal resistance, and nothing in our business actually changes if they come into our group or not. So it just becomes a very easy flywheel effect, which then rolls right into number 4. your communities really shrink the sales process. I'll never forget, I was talking with somebody. They probably have about 1 million followers, probably more, and they create a lot of the fake, make money with Lululemon, remote job, side hustle bullshit content. And they were telling us like, "Oh, I don't really think you guys are, closing $9,000 deals without sales calls." Like, I don't think that's a reality. And the thing is like, it's not a reality for you, or it wouldn't have been a reality for you because the content you're creating is very overhyped, borderline bullshit, and versus my content is very targeted, laser targeted, helps you get a very specific result, and it's very, intentional for a demographic. We have a mini course inside of our group that helps them get a result, which then all makes selling extremely easy because we're not trying to like bait and switch people, right? So community does a really good job at making your sales very low pressure. There is like, I don't do any objection handling. I'm not twisting people's arms. I'm not, pressurizing them into buying or, taking out a second mortgage or selling their husband's car to buy my stuff. Like, if it makes sense, purchase it. If it doesn't, then hang out in my group and keep getting results until you're ready to buy. Right? I'm not operating my business from I need sales now, hurry up and buy my shit, because like it's not any fun to run your business like that, but it's not any fun to be sold like that either, right? It's not any fun to be on the other side of that as well. And again, I won't necessarily repeat myself with this one, but it is yours, right? This is something to think about. It creates your culture, your movement, your members, and people that will come into your group and they watch you change your life will realistically buy multiple products from you. They'll be your people. They'll decide to stay with you and want to move with you and progress with you. And it's like something that is just totally overlooked. Like, I sold a $100 affiliate product to somebody. They bought it from me and I supported them in my group. And, that person ended up being a part of every single offer that we launched for 3 years, bought everything I released because they were sold on me. There was a deep relationship. There was a connection with me beyond just the product that I was pushing, right? And you got to remember, that's what you're really doing in online business. You're selling, it's relationships. You're building relationships and you're monetizing relationships that you've built. And community becomes a very easy way for you to document, becomes your living, breathing journal that people can just watch you do what they want to do in their life. And in closing, I'll just kind of run through these real quick of things that you can remove from your business when you go all in with a group. Funnels, tech, or automation to start. Your group essentially becomes your funnel, your hub, your landing page, or whatever you want to call it. Like, so many people build this backwards. It's like, hey, let's build out this automated system. Let's build out this landing page. Let's build out all this tech first and then try to figure out how to get people to it. But like, you can literally eliminate all of the bullshit, all of the noise, all of the complex systems if you just went all in with your group right out of the gate. And then when you figure out stuff that's working in your group, you can then turn that into an automated system or a landing page or an email sequence. Like, you can use the posts that are in your group that made sales as emails, etc. Like, this is a big part of it. And people do this so backwards. Like, oh, how come you haven't started your business? Like, oh, well, I've been trying to build my funnel for the last 18 weeks. Like, what? You could have had your community up by like yesterday or like 18 weeks ago. Take you 20 minutes to set up a group if you've never done it. If you want a free training on it, go jump into my group. There's a step-by-step walkthrough, setting up any group that you want, content to put in it, like keeping things as simple as possible for you guys in the beginning so you can start fucking moving faster. Because that's how you actually win online. Not like getting ready or perfecting bullshit or thinking these businesses into existence. Like, put shit in motion, figure it out, break stuff, and fucking move. That's how you win. Because it's not ever going to be perfect, okay? Lack of clarity in what to post. Your groups essentially become an infinite resource for content ideas. You can have something happen in your group. You can go create 15 pieces of content about it. You can post one thing in your group and you could turn around and do 1,000 TikToks on that if you wanted. And then you just create this loop of, I have this kick-ass resource in my group and you just compound it into more group members, and it just becomes this flywheel effect of having very easy, low pressure content. Next up, sales calls, cold outreach, or any targeted lead gen. I don't do cold outreach. Haven't done a sales call in years, and I don't do, hey, thanks for, I see we're members of the same community. Like, do you want to, buy my stuff? Like, that's not a thing. Okay, you don't ever have to do that again if you don't want to. If you go all in with a group, people will ultimately be coming to you to buy. You guys would be extremely surprised if you realized how short our sales processes actually are. It's like, hey, I saw this post in your group. Can you send me the checkout link? It's how the majority of our sales go. It's not song and dance and jumping on a 15-minute call and then a 90-minute call and then another call to like convince them to buy. It's like, hey, I'm ready to purchase. Can you send me the link? Right? People come to you, they ask you how to buy, and they want to work with you. And it's a completely different experience, not only just for you, but for the people that are buying your products from you too. Then you got feast or famine. Now this is a big problem that a lot of people have in their business. It's why you'll see a lot of people with 600,000 followers who are live every day. Now they're constantly chasing the next client, wondering where their next sale is coming from. Oh, I need to go do this because I need new people, and it's a very stressful way to run your business, and it's also like, if you guys don't have some type of recurring products in your business, I would probably look at different ways to create some recurring revenue. But having a group be the centerpiece of your business, it really creates an awesome flywheel effect of like never having to wonder where your next sale is coming from. Which, I've done this in the past. It's stressful. Like I go live, and if I don't go live and I don't make a sale, then I got to go live again tomorrow. And it just becomes this ever like chasing your own business. Like, and it's not uncommon. Like a lot of people end up doing this too. Like, even in their life, like they end up raising their expenses so much that they don't ever get free. It's like, oh, I need to do this and I need to go make next sale because I need more money and I need another sale. And then it just becomes this fucking stressful, like you constantly have to operate your business from, I need more money. And I can't actually do what I want in my business because I need more money and I need more sales, and I can't, like, that's all it is I just need more money, which is fucking stressful. Groups make a very powerful process for not only acquiring customers, keeping customers, and getting people to buy into your movement deeper than just like, buy my product. It becomes this really awesome culture of like, hey, I want to be a part of this thing because I want to be a part of the movement. And I'll fucking realistically probably buy whatever you throw at me. Now, I know this isn't like a super profound video or anything. It's a bit of a ramble, but I did just want to kind of shoot you guys a video and talk about like why I would personally make communities the first step that anybody in your business takes with you. Groups changed everything about my business. Like it simplified my business. It's what I do in my business to this day. And I want you guys to also look at like the state of the market right now. Everybody is very heavy on groups. Look at school. Ever since Alex Hormozi, it's like everybody's like, oh, come into my school group, grow my school group. Look at what they're doing on a deeper level. Groups are probably the best fucking tool for any person who wants to make money online. I don't care if you're doing a circle group, WAP group, school group, Facebook group, YouTube group. It doesn't fucking matter. But the moral of the story is you need to build a fucking group. Because what you really want to do is you want to create a culture, you want to create a movement, you want to create a tribe of people who are connected to you based on where you previously were or where you're going. And, it's your ecosystem of people that are all, chasing that same vision, doing the same things as you, and, are looking at you as somebody that's going to help them. So go create a group, build a group, let me know how it goes, and I'll see you guys in the next video.